Hi, welcome to Exclusive Reviews. I'm David, the Speed Force guy.
And I am Eric. And this time, we're a little bit late, but better late than never. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, spoiler edition.
Yes, I think we've given enough time for everyone to see the movie. So we're just gonna, this is our guilt-free pleasure. We're just gonna spoil away. And if you don't wanna, if you haven't seen the movie,
Don't watch this.
Shame on you if you haven't seen it because this movie is amazing.
And don't watch this. Go watch it. You still have time.
Yeah,
They're still showing it at some theaters.
yeah. I'm pretty sure it's online as well. If you don't want to pay the extra money.
We don't encourage that. But anyway, join us in discussing the film. I know we're probably going to have similar opinions on some of the scenes in the movie. But
Yeah. It takes place 10 years?
10 years afterwards, San Francisco still.
Yeah.
And you can really see that the apes have no idea the humans are around, even though they live like half a mile away.
Yeah,
where they're
the
at.
city was you don't get to see until like in the middle of the movie, or you can see the city is like right there. They established it earlier. They said okay, they haven't seen humans for
10 winters.
10. It's been 10 winters and it's been 2 years since it's even seen a human. I think that was pretty long time considering the distance that they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean, yeah, there was a war. There was all the disease spreading and stuff, but
Yeah.
still. Now, on to the positives of it. This film, most of them, you think it's going to be from the human aspect, but no, the director did not want to do that. He wanted to have, like, from the point of view of the apes, so you can see what they're all about.
Yeah, again, it's following the formula from the first one. Everyone thought that
James Franco.
James Franco was going to be the main character, but we got surprised, when we found out that it was actually Caesar. We were following his story and his development throughout the film, and again, it follows Caesar now. He's got an established colony, you can say.
Yeah.
He's got language. He's got
A family.
culture, family, and it was pretty cool. That opening scene with them. When the hunting scene, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you get to see Koba. Koba wasn't always evil. Just when the humans came back, just when something within him just snapped and he just
Snapped.
wanted to get rid of them.
Well, I kind of had to kind of disagree because in the first one, I think most thought that this guy was a bad egg. He was not necessarily a good ape. At the end, at the end of the first one, you kind of see him kind of like, all right, cool. It's like I'll let him, take control. But this time, you saw his full colors.
Yeah.
You know,
Power corrupts.
yes.
But let's talk about the characters. Obviously, you got Caesar, who was awesome. I mean, this guy would have been a great leader if he was a human.
Yeah.
But in the film, he has like a hierarchy. He has rules to live by, and he's wise. Just the things he tells his son, like think
Yeah.
before you act, and just
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, those scenes. You can tell that Caesar had a presence, that he was the leader, like he had this dominating power. Like when the scene where they would the other apes would chatter amongst themselves, it would start getting crazy, and all he would do is like just lift a hand up or just say like no, and you just heard that silence like that. So
Yeah.
you can tell he had a dominant command over that.
And anytime in the beginning of the film, if Koba got out of line, Caesar would put him back, and then Koba
Yeah.
would have to do the whole little hand thing
Yeah.
to ask for forgiveness type
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Also, my favorite ape from the whole film is Maurice,
Maurice.
the orangutan.
Yes.
Such sad eyes he has. He can just express everything through the eyes.
Yeah, sad little eyes. Maurice. I think Maurice was the most realistic. I didn't know if it was a real orangutan or a CGI because some of those scenes were like, I was like, even the detail of the little minor hairs around his face, it was like amazing. They did a good job.
The scene between Maurice and the human kid, he's teaching Maurice, to read. It
Yeah.
was a pretty good scene. You really do get invested in some of these apes. I got invested with Maurice more than the other ones. I don't feel like Caesar's son really connected too much with me, but with Maurice, I did get a connection.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, Maurice. I think obviously he had a much bigger role in this movie. He had more depth, more character development. I liked the scene with Caesar and his son in when they go back to the house. They're just talking about how it was my fault. I let this happen, and Caesar's like, no, it was my fault. I trusted my own kind, and it backfired on me. So it's like, it was just a good touching scene for me. I enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
You get to see him watching the video of him and what's his name?
James Franco.
James Franco,
Yeah.
who, by the way, did not know he was in the film.
Yeah.
They let him know after they filmed that he was gonna come out for a little cameo.
Yeah, I was like, oh, thanks guys, thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was a nice little thing, going back to the house, and you got that that feel from the first one. It brought you back. So
Yeah, when you
that's
see
nice.
it, the main thing you can tell is the window because it has a circle with a little
Yes, and they use that
symbol.
that symbol throughout. They have it throughout the his colony. So
Yeah. Now, this story was kind of unique because from the trailers, you get the idea that the humans are the ones that are going to start this big conflict and they're the ones that are just going to get crazy with the apes. But no, that's not what happened there. There was a moment after they fixed the generators where the apes and the humans could almost have peace.
Yeah.
Except for that one dumb guy that always comes out in every film.
Yeah.
He did not obey the no gun thing
Of course he's gonna
and
bring
ruined
gun.
it. Yeah.
Of course he's gonna. I mean, he was the typical cliche jerk of the movie. I mean, I found him annoying. Like, I disliked him, and then I realized, oh man, he actually did his job, because I found him annoying, and I was pretty upset. Like, man, like, dude, you're such a jerk. It's like, but he did it. He did the job. They for me, he did the job.
He sparked the conflict between them.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you look at Koba. Koba, I think when he shot Caesar, that was a point where he just manipulated the whole situation. Using the guns and connecting the guns with the humans. I mean, it was just brilliant. To use that method.
I think Koba is the most evilest ape I've seen since The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
those flying
monkeys. It was terrible.
And the scene where the apes attack the city, that was hardcore.
Yeah.
Because
apes on horses.
Apes on horses with assault rifles.
Yeah, with unlimited firepower, right?
No reloading.
No reloading.
Koba has two, an M60 and an M16 in one hand and the other, and he's just going at it.
Yeah, I mean,
and that was pretty epic. That scene where they're in the tank, and the tank is
that was
spinning.
a good shot. That was a good shot. I like that shot.
That was awesome.
That was pretty cool. It was just a great action scene. Chaos everywhere. And controlled chaos, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
It was a fun movie.
What's your favorite quote from the film?
Oh, my favorite quote from the film. I don't know. There's several ones. Apes together. I mean, apes together strong. It's a pretty good quote. I mean, they used it in the first one. But off the top of my head, I can't remember. It's been a while, but I'm sure there's a few ones that I remember.
I'm gonna say the word Koba is telling Caesar that humans are bad, and he goes, "Human work," and he points to his scar.
Oh yeah, that was a good
Human
scene.
work.
Yeah, human what? Yeah, that's
that one, and Caesar's telling his son, "Koba just full of hate."
Yeah, or there's a scene where it says Koba's like, Caesar weak, and then Caesar's like, Koba weaker with his gun. I think that was my favorite line in the movie.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. So this film was awesome. It exceeded what we wanted to see, and
Andy Serkis, man.
Yeah,
it's
definitely give props.
At this point, I don't think he even doesn't care if he gets nominated or not. He knows that he's bringing talent, and he is recognized amongst his peers and the fans that he's legit. Because
the apes look so realistic. You don't think they have any, he's doing much, but when you see the side-by-side of how the Caesar is and Andy Serkis, you can see they're using parts of his eyebrow or how the way he moves his face.
It's a different form of acting, and the only thing that I believe he's not getting nominated is because they're afraid that it might take over. It might take the job away from, most actors. But I mean, you know what? It's acting. In a different way of form, but
movies evolve. Look at the Matrix. That changed everything.
It did, and and you can tell that Andy Serkis is getting recognized because he's working on a lot of projects. He's working on his own Jungle Book. He's actually directing it, doing CGI for that one. Avengers, Star Wars. I mean, he's
Lord of the Rings,
King Kong. I mean,
iRobot, everything. Whenever they need a fake, non-existent being or machine or creature, Andy Serkis is the go-to.
He's a CGI genius. So, those things let you know that he is recognized in the movie industry for his talent. So at this point, I don't care if he doesn't get nominated or not for an Oscar. The guy has proven enough to all of us that he has talent.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So it's time for the final score. 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. David, Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes, I give it 9 out of 10 bananas.
10 bananas, huh?
Yeah, 9 out of 10 bananas.
I enjoyed it, but I'm going to give it an 8. It was great, but I felt it was missing something. I'm not sure quite what, but overall it was a great masterpiece of a film.
Yes.
Very emotional. If you've never seen the first one, I mean, you can still watch and enjoy it. So
Yeah.
it's a great film.
It does explain, in the beginning, about the virus spreading and whatnot. It gives a brief synopsis of the first one. So yeah, it's not necessarily a movie that you need to see the first one, but
So yeah, for you who haven't seen it, go see it now or wait a little bit, and it'll be in the theater that shows the older movies. Check it out. You will not regret it. It's a good film.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Till next time. This is Exclusive Reviews.
Peace.